Women are one of the most inspiring, powerful, wonderful creatures in the world. And I feel women play such an immensely important role in each of our life. So in this particular video, what I have done is I'm going to share with you face reading insight, of course, of powerful women. I'm going to share with you two of the most prominent facial features that you're going to see in women who hold power, in women who have demonstrated their leadership across the globe and who are world famous. We are going to look at one of the articles on Forbes magazine that I've highlighted women in powerful positions in 2023. So let's deep dive not onto the magic board today, but onto my laptop, where we'll go through some of the inspiring women and observe the facial traits on their face. And thereby, what I want you to do throughout this video is check those facial features in your face, and if that is there, then it indicates a prominent strength in you, right? If that is not there, there is definitely something other on your face which is going to be wonderful, which you'll catch across the videos that I have spanned across this channel. But in this video, we are going to focus on powerful facial traits, two of them majorly, that you will see in women of power. So let's go to the laptop, right? So here, if you see, I have this article and credits to them. This is Forbes.com/list power women in the year 2023. This is the background. And what I have done is I have gone down here and they have indicated the list of women that are the most influential women, that are the most powerful women. And what we are going to do is we are going to see their face. We are going to see what role or position they hold right now, and what we can derive from them through their faces, through the strengths that they possess, right? So the very first to here in the list of what I have done is I have filtered out 10 to 11 women here, because we cannot go through all in this one video, but we can definitely gain major insights through their faces, right? So yeah, this is Sara London. Credit to Forbes for the article, of course, and for listing down these people who have become the source for this particular video. Thanks to all these wonderful women, wonderful ladies who have contributed in lending us insight on their power features on the face, right? So Sara London, she's the CEO, Centene. And one more thing which I have forgot to mention is once we go on observing few of the traits in these women, in these power women, I'm going to share with you the two common facial traits during the video or at the end of the video, the meaning of those facial traits. And I'm also going to reflect upon the insight as to what if you don't have these traits, right? So yeah, let me go down to Sara London and observe on her picture. Consider that you don't know about face reading and what are the prominent things that strikes from her face. Of course, by the end of the video, you're going to know as to what are the two facial traits that I'm going to share. But observe on her face what you could observe. What is the most prominent feature or the sparkling insight that turns out from her face? What is that? So the very first thing that you may notice is maybe the square face that she has, right? The square face is something that you could see, but I want you to focus on a trait that is her upper cheeks, which are quite prominent in nature, right? So upper cheek in her is quite prominent, and upper cheeks are a part of metal energy. And I also want you to notice on the eyes, that is the Shen component, the light in their eyes, what reflection you're getting out of their eyes, because eyes are a part of fire energy. And once you have a very strong fiery eye, it kind of ring inside you a strong, powerful, motivating force to do something of impact, right? So I want you to observe these two facial traits. That is the prominent upper cheeks that you could see here in this wonderful power women in Sara London, who is currently the CEO of Centene, and the eyes as to what light it reflects, as to how it makes you feel, right? So those two things I want you to notice in her. And now I'm going to jump on to the other women. So this is Kristalina Georgieva. She is the managing director of IMF. And let's look at her face. Of course, credit to all the photographers who have captured their pictures. And I'm going to mention the article source in the description. If you want to go across and check yourself, you can definitely go across the site and check it. So the first impression, what is the first impression that you gain out of her? It's again the square face that you see, right? But focus on the two parts. That is the prominent upper cheeks you can see here, right? The upper cheeks are quite significant and prominent on her face. And you cannot gauge specifically the light of the eyes because she's looking at right to the camera. But you can feel that there is the aspect of shine. There is that, fire in her eyes, right? But you can significantly observe the prominent upper cheeks in her face as well, right? Now I'll go to the next one. So this is Catherine McLay. She is the incoming CEO of Walmart International. Again, the very first thing that you can notice here and make an observation is the upper cheeks. The prominent upper cheeks are there. And Lillian Bridges have beautifully classified the cheekbone into two parts, the bark and bite ones. The bark ones are where your upper cheeks are prominent below the under eye area, and upper cheeks reflect the kind of personal power that you want to be perceived in. And cheeks represents that how much you like to hold authority. So if you have very prominent upper cheeks, that is in this particular region, that indicates a strong metal energy, and it indicates that you want to be followed, and you want to be, it kind of indicates a sense of bossiness also. And you'll see this particular position or this particular facial trait in women that we are going to see here, right? You can see it in Catherine McLay, where the upper cheeks are significantly prominent and lights in her eyes is also quite significant, right? And these are the two common facial traits that you're going to see in women of impact. Of course, the squared jaw definitely adds on to the aspect where in most of the leaders, you will see that their face may have a facial frame which is more of a square. Of course, jaws are the roots of the face, and as they are the roots of the face, it indicates how much strongly you can be committed to a particular cause or a particular belief set that you believe in. So it again signifies how much principled you can be towards what you want to accomplish. But these two facial traits, I want you to have a bigger observation. Once you're watching women of impact, the next time, maybe in an interview, observe on their upper facial cheekbones and in their eyes, what are the light that is telling out of their eyes, right? So this again, we could see the common trait in Catherine McLay. Then Taylor Swift, of course, this is a side-angled picture of her, but you could prominently notice that her upper cheeks are quite prominent, and they could visibly be seen once you spot her at the first glance, right? She's a wonderful musician. I follow her music immensely. So yeah, definitely a woman of impact. Then this is Julie Sweet. She is chairman and CEO of Accenture. And if you observe again on her upper cheek area, that is this particular area, you could feel that there are prominent upper cheek on her face also. So this is one of the commonalities that we are noticing here, right? Of course, this the flesh is a little more softer and there is more padding on her face, which indicates that the earth element has played a role, which means that once that extra flesh padding is there on the face, it adds that sense of comfort towards the towards the people that you're governing or leading, and it can make people feel that you're not bossing around only, but you have a sweet perspective to it. So that flesh padding adds that earth life force into your personality, and if it is coupled with the upper prominent cheek, it definitely indicates that you may be a little people oriented leader, or you may be perceived as that particular leader, right? The, of course, light in her eyes, you can see the sparkle out of that for sure, right? So now Janet Yellen, she is a Treasury Secretary of the United States. Again, one of the common things that you'll see is the square face kind of, right? The base of the face, the base of the face is, of course, the jaws, and jaws are quite wide, which is one of the common things that you'll see or that you can observe in women who are quite influential and powerful. But the most important part that we have discussed is you can see the cheek area quite prominent, especially the upper cheek area, right? This is Oprah Winfrey, one of the amazing personalities across the globe. So you can also observe upper cheek area being prominent, and as I mentioned, cheek can demonstrate a sense of personal power that you exuberate. It can exuberate that you want to hold authority and you want to be followed, and that is one of the things that you'll observe in people in of prominent positions. So you could also see it in her, and of course the light in her eyes you cannot very much see because she has glasses on, but if you see in her front face picture, you could definitely observe that strong light in her eyes as well. So yeah, this is Kamala Harris, currently the vice president and also running for the presidential elections. And one of the sparkling things that you could see is, of course, her fiery eyes. The sparkle in the eyes is there, and that is a reflection of your fire energy. It also indicates about your current emotional state, and it indicates that the flames are burning and you want to make an impact. But the other feature that you'll observe is the upper prominent cheeks that are there, that you can spot, right? That adds the aspect of leader-like quality, or naturally it infuses you to be more of an authority in something, and that again infuses that you love to be followed, right? Amy Hood, she is the executive vice president and CFO of Microsoft. The very facial frame that you could observe on her face is a square one, and that indicates that the jaws are strong, and this is something that you will see in women of prominent positions. Upper cheeks are quite prominent. You could definitely see it as a little protrusion there in the upper cheeks, again a sign of strong metal energy and a commonality that we are observing from long time, right? So this is Katy Warden. She is chairman, president, and CEO of Northrop Grumman. Again, the very first thing that you could observe on her face is the prominent upper cheek area. Here, again, indicates a sense of personal power that she wants to exuberate, or kind of it's a natural cultivation of her energy outside, and the lights in her eyes are of course bright, which again indicates the amount of fire energy that is there in her, and the will that she wants to contribute and impact is there. So that is one of the things in Katy Warden, right? This is Karen Lynch, again CEO of CVS, and the very first thing that you could see is the prominent upper cheek area, which is quite significant, and the light in her eyes are quite bright. And when there is such quite bright eyes, it indicates that the fire energy is pretty much alive, the flames are burning, you want to make an impact. Of course, there are other features on the face that can strengthen a particular strength in you, but this is one facial trait of prominent upper cheeks that you're going to observe, plus the light in the eyes. Along with that, the elements that I was mentioning, it could be coupled with a wide set of jaws that strengthens you in aspects of your belief sets. So we are going to mention now in the notepad or in the Word doc, in the Google doc, what are the two common facial traits that we have observed. The very first of it is prominent upper cheek. So let me write that. And what it indicates a sense of personal power. It indicates a sense of personal power. It's a metal energy trait, and it infuses your strong sets of authority, right? Lillian Bridges has mentioned it, divided the cheekbones, the upper cheekbones, into bark and bite. And bark represents that you may have the upper cheekbones or prominent upper cheeks below the eyes, and bite represents below the temple area you have an upper cheekbone, and both indicates a sense of personal power or a sense of strong leader-like trait, strong bossiness trait in you. And it can be coupled with a sense of flesh padding, or flesh padding adds on that aspect of more people-centric, more emotional, more feelings-oriented, or it could be coupled with a jaw that is wide, right? And wide jaws goes with the adding on and strengthening on the belief sets that you believe in or the principles you believe in. So jaw that is wide, or a squarish face, right? So this is something which is one of the commonalities that we have seen in women of impact, that is the prominent upper cheek. And of course, it can be covered with different sets of other facial traits, but this is one of the most common observation that we have seen. And the other thing is the Shen, that could be pretty fiery. And Shen is nothing but the light of the eye. So let me just mention that. Light of the eye, having the sparkle, right? And if it is very, very fiery, it can indicate a strong sense of ambitions or ambitious self in you. You could see the traits of Taylor Swift. You could see in her eyes the amount of fire that she has. In Margot Robbie, she has amazing set of eyes that indicates very strong, sparkling, ambitious self of her, right? In women of impact, you will see that their eyes have that sense of great shine, that great sparkle, that great ambitious self, which indicates that no matter what, they are going to go and follow their goals, and they are meant to accomplish it. And people also want to follow them because they exuberate that sense of power, right? So those are the two common facial traits that we have observed in women of power. And the other aspect is, what if you don't have it, right? So if you don't have it, then that's not a concern, because in face reading, it is mentioned, or it is there a belief set that we all have one inner signature quality in us. We all have our strength, right? We all are blessed with a certain set of gifts, and not everybody can be a leader, not everybody can be a follower, or not everybody can be a CEO or CFO, but there is a set of great ability that you can infuse in different directions of life. And each set of strength that one woman displays or a human displays signifies their signature quality, right? So if you don't have those two facial traits, then you may be having certain other traits which definitely adds on to or strengthens your face, and thereby strengthens the quality that you can exuberate in your life. So if you don't have it, then you may be having something else, maybe better than them. So yeah, have belief in yourself, and each face is a gift. Your face is a living map, as Mac Fulford mentions it. So learn about face reading, learn about the strength of your face, and if you wish to get a face reading, you can go at my site, that is chehraspeaks.com, and you can just check across my webpage. This is what my webpage looks like currently, and you can tap on to get your face reading, to connect with me, and you can span across the website. These are the reviews that my clients have shared. This is again a masterclass that will help you to study face reading, where you can learn about 19 facial traits, the elemental cycle, about the elements basically, and how you can see the 5 elements on the face. And these are the reviews of my clients. These are the types of services that are offered. So you can span across my website, check the details as to what are something that you can learn from face reading. And believe me, your face is your strength, and your face can reflect a lot about your emotions, your tendencies, your challenges, and thereby you can design your own personal style which suits you the best. And now it's the time to say goodbye. So take care. This is Nitesh signing off. If you feel that this video was helpful, give it a thumbs up. Bye.